Piano-Play-It.com.
Hi, welcome back to another free piano lesson by Piano-Play-It.com. This is David here, and today we're going to talk about musical dynamics. When we speak about dynamics, we speak about difference in the range of volume and intensity. So going from soft and weak to loud and intense. So we're going to cover a few types of musical dynamics. The first one is the basic musical dynamics, so loud, soft and so on. Later on we're going to speak about gradual dynamic changes, so going from loud to soft and vice versa. And finally we're going to speak about sudden dynamic changes, so going suddenly strong or suddenly soft. So let's start with the basic dynamic changes. In our first piano lesson, when we spoke about the nature of the piano, I told you that the pianoforte was called so because it was the first instrument that was able to produce such a wide range of musical dynamics. Piano in Italian means soft, and forte in Italian means loud. So pianoforte, soft, loud. When we look at musical pieces, we will see a small bold letter F stated under the staff where forte should be played. Forte means loud. If we have to play piano, we will see a small bold letter P, which states piano. Piano in Italian means soft. But as I told you, musical dynamics are relative. So if we'd like to play relatively weak or relatively loud, we have to add a small M on the left side to the letter. M means mezzo. Mezzo is relative, so relatively loud or relatively soft. If we'd like to play extra loud, we have to play fortissimo, and then we will get double F under the staff where fortissimo should be played. Fortissimo is super loud. Same goes for if we'd like to play pianissimo. Pianissimo is extra soft, really soft. So the range goes from fortissimo, the loudest, to forte, really loud, to mezzo forte, relatively loud, then relatively soft, soft and really soft. These are the basic dynamic ranges. Now let's see how we produce them on the piano. In the previous piano lessons, I taught you about two different piano techniques. The first one was the whole arm technique, where you activate the wrist up and down and let the fingers stay more passive. And the second one was the active fingers piano playing. So you put the wrist in the same position, it's loose, and you activate the fingers in order to produce power to the key. So you fall only with your finger basically. With both these piano techniques, we can play piano and forte. The correct way to determine your musical dynamics is by the speed of falling to the key, with your whole arm or with your finger. So the quicker you're going to fall to the key, the louder you're going to play. So let's view the whole arm technique, for example. I fall from above, so actually the distance I'm gonna choose in order to fall to the piano key will determine as well how loud I'm gonna play, because if I'm gonna fall from this distance, I'm gonna activate less power than if I'm gonna fall from here. So the first action is the distance, then I'm gonna fall, and the next step, as I taught you in the whole arm technique, would be slowing your falling in order to fixate your finger on the key. So it's basically up to me to decide how fast I'm going to fall to the key and how much I'm gonna slow the falling to the key in order to produce forte or piano, loud or soft. So if I'm not gonna slow my falling too much, I'm gonna produce a loud sound. Notice how I relax my wrist every time I fall, no matter how fast I fall to the key. Playing forte means falling more quickly to the key. Okay, if I use the active finger playing, I just fall more quickly with my finger to the piano key, and no matter what I do, I never push. So once I press, I let go. My finger is really relaxed. That's for Forte. When I think about Forte, I think about the trumpet. The trumpet is the loudest instrument in the orchestra, and it has a really direct sound, so it sort of attacks your ear. It is right there at your face. So when I'll be playing Forte, I'll try to think of myself playing a trumpet, and I'll fall quickly to the key in order to have a really attacky sound and to imagine a direct sound. That's the meaning of Forte, and that's why we fall more quickly to the piano key. What about piano then? If we fall more quickly when we play Forte, when we're gonna play piano, we're gonna fall more softly to the piano sound. So we're gonna imagine ourselves sinking into the key instead of falling directly into it. So I'm gonna let my finger sink into the piano key. Do you see how different it is? And then I produce a really piano sound. I try to imagine an instrument where it takes more time to produce a sound. So when I think of the horn, for example, it takes a lot of time from the time you blow into the instrument and until the time you reach the sound. That's for me the analogy to pressing the key more softly. So it takes much time from the moment you blow the horn through the time it goes through the pipe and until the time it goes out. The sound is less direct, it is more soft, and I try to imagine something like that when I play piano. So basically what I say is that you have to have a vision behind the way you produce your musical dynamics. You have to imagine the instrument, you have to be an actor in order to produce the right nature of what you're playing. So playing musical dynamics is not only about playing soft or loud, it is about creating a nature, about creating a character to the sound you're producing. And that's why I dedicated a whole lesson about playing piano and Forte. Now when we play Pianissimo or Fortissimo extra loud or extra soft, we will push the speed of falling to the key to the edge. So when I want to play Forte, I will simply fall very quickly to the key, or activate my finger playing in a very exaggerated way, but yet without pushing. I will simply fall very quickly with a lot of attack to the piano key. And when I play Pianissimo, I will fall extra slowly to the piano key. I will really sink into it, feel as if I'm in a pile of mud with my finger. Okay guys, so I'm gonna quit this piano lesson in here. If you wanna watch the rest of this piano tutorial, all you have to do is click on the link here on the right or below, depends on where you're watching, and you'll find also a great piano exercise that will show you how to produce the different musical ranges from Pianissimo to Fortissimo. So I hope to see you in my website when you can watch the full piano lesson, and if not, till the next time. Bye guys!
Piano-Play-It.Com. Piano-Play-It.com.